Welcome to Dr. T's podcast. This is our client success story series, and today we are featuring our esteemed guest, professional chef Lisa Dittamo. Hi,
Hi,
Lisa.
how are you guys?
Very good. How you doing, Lee?
Good.
Excellent.
So again, Lisa was a client of Dr. T's, found great success with his program, and we're just hoping you could talk about that for a little bit.
Okay. So I was working in the medical billing field, and my boss's husband had done the Nutrimost program. So I was interested. So I made an appointment. I came in. It sounded great. It was just healthy eating. You don't eat fat, so your body burns your fat. So I started the program. That was August of 16. In November of the same year, Dr. T needed someone to do his billing, so I started working there part-time. I also was a chiropractic patient, and I've been there pretty much ever since. I don't do the billing anymore, but now I do the nutritional meal prep for our Nutrimost clients if they so request. I had gone to culinary school at Escoffier, and now that's pretty much what I do, is cook the meals for the phases of the program. So it's like a no-brainer for the patients. They take their container, they have their lunch, they have their dinner, and they're done.
Kind of an interesting background. You know, most people think it's going to be ridiculously expensive to have a private chef cook for them, but you've made it very reasonable and, really good alternative to people that are busy, right? I mean, your patients vary from multiple physicians, business people to blue collar people that just need some help in getting through the program. I mean, car salesmen,
Absolutely.
multiple different things. So all different walks and talks, right?
And even when they finish the program, they still call me because the food is so good. And I'll do, like, one of our patients, his wife calls me all the time. I need a tray of your $1 million turkey chili, or I need a tray of stuffed peppers. I want half with beef and half with chicken, or half with turkey, because it's so flavorful that you're not missing any of the bad stuff, the fats or the oils that you can't have when you're in phase 2.
So what are these phases like? How did that work out for you with the program?
For me, well, phase 1 is your load day, which is you eat healthy fats and oils, and which is pretty much you can eat pretty much anything you want. Phase 2 is no fat, no oil, no sugar, no carbs. So a typical day would be you don't have breakfast, you can have coffee or tea. So for lunch, you have a protein, a vegetable, and a fruit. And then for dinner, you have a protein, a vegetable, and a fruit. And they alternate daily. So what I do for my patients is I make them a chart, and I have a menu with tons of choices on it. So maybe they'll have turkey chili with lettuce and make a wrap for lunch and have a piece of fruit. And then for dinner, they may have lemon pepper flounder with lemon pepper string beans. And then it just rotates. I can do a roast chicken and make a gravy with just the juice from the chicken. I take the onions that are in that, I puree it, so it's a creamy gravy. So you're not missing any of the fun food.
Yeah. It's really, the food is delicious. It's surprisingly amazing to see what Lisa has put together. And that's one of the things that keeps it intriguing as well as not boring and people compliant. I think that's such an imperative factor,
And then when you go to phase 4, you can add in your healthy fats and oils. So you can have avocado oil, coconut oil, salmon, tuna, some cheese, just no sugar, no carbs. So I'll make like an eggplant parm, but I won't bread it and I won't fry it. I'll just brush it with a little coconut oil or avocado oil, bake it in the oven, layer it, sprinkle on some parm, make a little easy marinara sauce, and they love it. They're not missing anything.
So did Dr. T do the body composition analysis for you as part of this?
Yes. Yes. You start out, you're like, I think when I did it, I was, I don't know, what was I, 50, what was I 4 years ago? 53. And by the time I finished, I was metabolically 23 years old.
Yeah. So it kind of turns back the clock by getting your body healthy, right? Yeah.
And you feel lean and you feel energized. You feel just healthy. It's amazing. And then if everyone cheats a little here and there, and you have a little of this, a little of that, you go right back to what you're supposed to be eating. And in like 3 days, you're just back to where you were. You just feel so much better.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the imperative factors for people to really take away from this is that, a lot of the dietary programs really never get you into the appropriate level of fat burning. Your body's not really cleaning out and detoxifying the way it does. This program is very unique that once you set your metabolism and you start upgrading it, especially as we get older, because that's one of the things that slows down, you'll find that it really kicks your body into a better state of health and function. And even as you said, if you vary from it a little bit after you've done the program, you can get right back to it. And in a matter of 2 or 3 days, as you said, even if you add in like a steak day or something like that, you get back right on board again. So, I think that's important to bring out to the public because people get frustrated. They just say, "Oh my God," and they beat themselves up. But really, our program's about lifestyle, right? Really getting people healthier and living a better life. I mean,
you feel so much better when you're eating well.
Definitely, yeah.
So you're not eating a frozen meal. You're not drinking your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like you're eating real food. You can go to a restaurant and say, today I'm going to have a burger on the grill, no butter or oil, lettuce, tomato, onion. And you can sit there and have lunch like with your girlfriends. You don't feel like you're missing out.
So this pretty much gave you like a ongoing lifestyle change, essentially.
Exactly. And I'm constantly making up new recipes that are compliant with either phase 2 or phase 4 that I make pretty much during the week for me and my husband. I sent him till he did the program also. He lost 42 pounds. He was like, and when he started, he ate 0 vegetables, which you need to eat vegetables. Right? And we're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, right.
How are we going to get him through this program?
And he actually liked it. It's like, Mikey liked it. Remember the commercial with the kid? Mikey liked it. We used to get a big kick out of that.
Yeah.
Mikey's eating vegetables. Mikey's eating these things, and he's looking good.
Lettuce, he eats tomatoes now. He eats broccoli. He's tried so many different foods, and he was amazed on how great he felt and how easy it was.
Yeah. I guess we could say that this gives people the opportunity to do something to really help themselves. And that's really what we're all about, all right? At least we're trying to lead people down the proper road to a better lifestyle, a better health, not only now, but in the future, because we know that, food is an imperative factor. We can't live without it. And unfortunately, the way most people eat is pretty bad, especially when you get bombarded with all these commercials that say, eat a pizza, eat some fried chicken, eat the eat a burrito that's loaded with beans and maybe processed foods. And, there's ways that you can eat things and make it healthier. I mean, like typically, right? What about like a cauliflower-based pizza and putting things on top of it that, it's pretty amazing how it tastes in the long run, and you're being compliant,
And it makes you aware of, like, just say you went to a restaurant. It's like, oh, I'm not going to order that because that is like ridiculous, and it's not going to make me feel good tomorrow. So you're more conscious on making good decisions of, I'm going to get the shrimp cocktail, or I'm going to have the grilled shrimp on the kale salad. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have a burger now and then on the bun, but it's really, I went out to lunch with my girlfriends last Tuesday and I had a burger, like I said, with the lettuce, tomato, and onion. You can have Dijon mustard. You can have Frank's Red Hot sauce. I was missing nothing. I didn't feel like I was deprived.
Right. Isn't it kind of interesting too, even how your palate evolves and changes? Like some people like, this is no good, just like Michael. But all of a sudden you really get to notice the flavor of a good tasting tomato or a piece of fruit or lettuce or asparagus or whatever it might be. And the meat, the proteins too.
That burger tasted so good because it was just beef grilled with nothing. And it was beefy. It was delicious.
So that said, did you go through the daily coaching program with Tara, or how did that work out for you?
I did. And then when I worked there, I was a Nutrimost coach also. So I helped the patients, did their BMI, did their weigh-in, went over the results. You see where your water's at, you see where your body fat's at. But I mean, I just fell into like, okay, I'm a patient, I'm a Nutrimost patient. Now I'm a chiropractic patient, and now I'm an employee, and I'm part of the family.
Yep, most definitely.
And my kids go to Dr. T. My husband goes to Dr. T. My sister goes to Dr. T. It's a family experience.
Yeah,
we're all there.
There you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that support. And, it's just an evolution in lifestyle. You find some ways to have a better state of health. And, the thing of it is that we want to stay as healthy as we possibly can. So we don't have to depend on the more conservative forms of healthcare, meaning medications to treat, high cholesterol, medications to treat high blood pressure, medications to treat diabetes type 2, things like that, gut issues, autoimmune problems. All these things tie in directly to what goes on in the body in itself. And we're not saying, of course, when we have patients that have those things, they shouldn't get the appropriate medical care. In fact, we work a lot of times with the physicians, and we've had a lot of physicians as our patients, right? I mean, you've worked for them, you're doing food prep
I
for
cook
them.
for someone who's head of a hospital. She's amazing. And I cook for her every week because she's busy. She takes her bag to work. She has her breakfast, her lunch and her dinner. And she knows she's set. She's not going to run down to the cafeteria for a blueberry muffin or a bagel because it's right there in front of her. And she loves it.
Yeah. And her stress levels are extremely high too. So,
Very.
in a way you're providing a service for her so that she can get healthy, and it ultimately will save her life in the long run. The combination of everything being done for her and being done by her makes the big difference. And I think that's what people are looking for. They say, look, just give me some help. And up until now, most of the things that are out there, these programs that exist, they're really just not what is designed to get your body to a better state of health and function. Most of the diets that are out there. And the great thing about the Nutrimost program is that it's short term, right? I mean, basically we're looking at 40 days on the program, 24 days to reset. So within basically 2.5 months for the most part, you completed the program.
And the hardest part is the 40 days.
Yeah.
Once you hit phase 4, I live in phase 4.
Yeah.
It's everything but sugar. I'm not a big sugar person, and carbs. So you could do without that. Yeah. But you have your avocado, you have your fish, you have your oil and vinegar on your salad. It's
nuts.
I live there.
Yeah.
Nuts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you find, haven't you found, and that even with the people that we work, their palate changes, their cravings and desires change. And it goes into a lot of the fact that even things like a hormone like cortisol, which is a stress hormone, comes down on the program, which is one of the things that drives the need for those refined carbohydrates, the sugar needs, the grains and stuff like that. So when you start to balance out your body chemistry and you feed it good nutrition, okay, it will not only sustain you through the program, but you can make a lifestyle of it. I mean, I did this program as one of the first people on. I used to be 235 pounds, and I got down to about 200 pounds, and basically my weight stays at about 205. And this is something that's been going on for now 6 years. So it's a way of maintaining a better state of health and function in your body by the primary source of what we need, good nutrition. Curious. So you were traditionally trained as a culinary chef. And what made you really dive down the road of doing more to help people with healthy food as opposed to, some of the things that you were trained to do? And, give us a little bit more about that.
Because after doing the program and culinary school, there's so many things I can make and make them healthy without, like traditionally you make a bolognese, you put the oil in the pan and you put the garlic in the oil. And I'm like, do I need that? So I would put the beef in the pan and add a little bit of onion and garlic and maybe a tiny bit of vegetable broth or chicken broth and the tomato sauce, and you let it simmer. Guess what? No difference. It's delicious. Amazing?
Yeah.
And like I said with the chicken, I roast a chicken, a little water in the bottom of the pan, seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic powder, whatever, all the stuff that we can have. No oil, no butter. They take the butter, they shove it under the skin. No, I don't do that. I roast the chicken. It has its natural juices, which we are allowed to eat. Put that with the onions that I roasted in the pan in the food processor and make a gravy. And it's like Thanksgiving dinner with 0 fat.
It's amazing.
So you can totally make meals that taste as good as the bad ones.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
It's amazing. So that said, where can people find you in this amazing service?
They can DM me at Chef Lily 323, and I can email them a menu. If they want to do the program, they can contact us at the office to Fury Wellness, and we're in Fair Lawn, and I deliver my meals. I have a list of anything they can choose from. Some patients get once a week, some patients get twice a week, depending on what their needs are.
Excellent. Well, doctor, any parting thoughts here, or words of wisdom for everyone out there?
I just think, quite frankly, Lisa's taken something that we're being trained as a traditional chef, which there's nothing wrong with those things. I mean, she can make incredible meals with the, different protocols associated with more of the traditional type of meals, but she's found a way to cook for you in a healthy way. So that's a great thing. I mean, imagine being able to eat something that's delicious all the time and not necessarily have to get a large caloric intake from it, loaded with a lot of different preservatives and additives and stuff like that. Everything is fresh, farm to table type of thing, and it's been great. I mean, I've used it myself. It's just wonderful. We joke around. She makes these incredible devil eggs. I say, Lee, I need some devil eggs. Yeah, to bring them into me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I cook, like, I usually text my patients. I just texted one of my patients right before this, and I said, okay, I'm cooking Tuesday for delivery on Wednesday. What would you like? And she wants a tray of turkey chili, because she likes to order trays because her whole family eats it. And she always gets a tray of turkey chili. She gets a tray of salsa chicken. She gets a tray of stuffed peppers. And then I do individual meals for her husband, who takes him to work because he works late every night. And that's his dinner. And it's a no-brainer.
See, and that I think I'd like to even expand on. We're not only helping the people that are on the program, but their families as well.
The whole family.
Isn't that
and her
great?
daughter-in-law is the one that doesn't eat meat. So now I do the stuffed peppers, half beef, half chicken or turkey.
And
So
people
anything is
help you.
customizable.
Yeah, that's great. It really is. Wow.
And I'm always coming up with new ideas.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon we're going to have our affiliate ambassadors set up on the website for the office, which is tafuriwellness.com, and Lisa will be one of the first people on there. So, you could always reach out to her in many different ways, but you're going to be able to get access directly to her from the website. We're going to give you the information about that today. And this is just another thing that you can do to really improve the quality of your life. And one of the most important things that we do every day, which is eat. So that's great.
And you want to enjoy it.
Definitely.
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. It was an absolute pleasure having you. Really
Thank
appreciate
you for having me.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
have a great night. Be well, Lee.
You too. See you soon.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.